Good evening, morning, afternoon, whenever you're watching this, and welcome back to another episode of the Daily Bread today. I've been waiting for a while to review this because I'm feeling some type of way. First of all, that nobody told me about the cultural phenomenon that is Hamilton. Why didn't anybody? This thing has been out since I think 2016. Tell me why your girl only discovered it in 2021 when the world is burning. What? Nah, I'm mad. If you knew about Hamilton and you didn't tell me, we got beef. But anyway, let's get into this episode because boy, oh boy, I've been waiting to dissect into this. Let's get into it. Okay, so I'm going to be doing something a little new in that I'm going to give myself 60 seconds on the clock to try and explain as much as I can about the plot and about what Hamilton is about. So lots of spoilers here, but let's get that time going. So, and I'll be looking there because my time is there. Okay, so Hamilton is a theater production based on the founding fathers of America at the time of the American Revolution against the British. But it's honing in specifically on Alexander Hamilton, who is an immigrant from, I think, the Caribbean, and he comes to New York to try and prove himself because he's an orphan, so he's got a lot of insecurities around that, so he wants to prove himself by fighting in the war. Then they win the war, and then now he's got all of this, zeal and passion to write the Independence Declaration, I don't know, or the columnist papers. Guys, I don't know if I'm telling the truth right now. Please don't hold me to this. And yeah, it's about his life, his tragic life. I think that's it. I hope I did well. Okay, anyway, that is a very rushed explanation of Hamilton, but I think it wasn't the column, it was the Federalist Papers. Okay, now that my mind is a little bit, but anyway, that's what Hamilton is about. It's written by Lin-Manuel Miranda, and it is phenomenal. It is amazing. Okay, so now I'm just going to talk about my overall impression of the show. So my sister-in-law, actually, when we were in Kenya last year, was the one who was like, have you guys watched Hamilton? I'm like, girl, I'm not trying to watch no Shakespeare situation. I think I was thinking of Hamlet, not Hamilton. Yeah, I was thinking, and she's like, girl, get it together, get your life. That's not what it's about. So she forced us to watch it. It's quite a long show. It's about, if I'm not mistaken, 2.5 to 3 hours maybe. And boy oh boy, from the opening scene, it is, first of all, it's rap. It's rap in theater. Most of what's going on, they are rapping. And I was like, wait, what? Second of all, it's a cast of POCs. Come on, somebody. I mean, honestly, I was like, what? Like, what is going on? This is so interesting. Also, the set design, the actual stage, the costumes, everything was so beautiful. And I can especially appreciate theater as a theater performer myself. Back in the day when I was in high school, I used to perform theater. So I know how difficult it is, how much work goes into it, how much rehearsals go into it, how much you only have one shot. For those of you who've watched, get it? I am not throwing away my shots. I am not. Anyway, so yeah, I performed theater when I was in high school. We competed on a national level. We also won on a national level. And your girl got Best Actress on a national level. I mean, that in itself should have been evidence enough for me to probably pursue performing arts in any way or form, but your girl was too scared. But why not? What do you think I'm doing now? Come on. All roads lead to what you were meant to do. Anyway, let's get back into the programming. So anyway, again, it's like with theater, there's so much pressure because there's little room for error. There's no cuts in the middle of the scene, okay? You gotta be perfect. And this show is exactly that. It is perfect. Like the cast, the storytelling, the rapping, the music. I guess it's a musical. I think we could call that. We could call it that. But it is just so incredible. So yeah, my overall impressions of the show was, I couldn't believe that I didn't know about it. I couldn't believe, something like this exists. It is pure perfection, pure art, pure just pleasant all around. If you haven't watched it, go and watch that thing. It's a little long, brace yourself. But it's really, really good. Okay, now let's dive into like some special moments, some honorable mentions that I specifically enjoyed in the production of Hamilton. Number one, the scene where you find out that Angelica Schuyler actually has a thing for Hamilton. Mind blowing. So first, it's prefaced with the happiness of her sister Elizabeth Schuyler, seeing Hamilton, falling for him, and you seeing Angelica setting them up, and it looks all happy. Then the next scene is a rewind sequence, and you get to see sort of like her perspective and how she actually fell in love with the dude, and how, unfortunately, because it's only girls in the family and she's the oldest, she has to social climb, which means she has to marry rich. And unfortunately, Hamilton, he is poor, okay? He is not on the rich side. And so in a way, she just kind of gives up and says, here's my sister. And in that, we also realize that she knows in herself, giving her sister away to him, she knows, Angelica, that he's never going to be satisfied. And just the music and the musicality in all, just brilliance. Okay, the second honorable mention is not the introduction of Lafayette, but the song that focuses on him. What a bop of a song! Like that, Lafayette, Lafayette, yeah, Lafayette, yeah. Guys, the music is tops. It's yo. And the person who played Lafayette, who also played Thomas Jefferson, if I'm not mistaken. Is it Thomas Jefferson? Anyway, I'll correct myself in writing here if I'm wrong. But I'm forgetting his name as well. But here's his picture. He did a fantastic job. Woo! Him with their little French accent, oui, monsieur, madame, we speak a little bit of French on this channel, or we'll try, because I learned a little bit of French, but I'm not there yet where I'm confident enough to, speak on camera. Let me see if I can say a phrase. Bonjour tout le monde. Je m'appelle Dimple. J'ai un YouTube channel, The Daily Bread. Yeah, that's all I'm gonna say. Oh, j'ai dos. Did I just say? Cut the cameras. Cut the cameras because I know dos is Spanish. I meant van set an. Guys, I learned a little bit of Spanish in university, and now the two languages often get mixed up in my head. But one of my goals is to be fluent in French and Spanish, and I will do it. I just feel like I should live in those countries. You know what I'm saying? So it's easier for me tomorrow. Anyway, that was totally off topic. Let us move on. I'm gonna highlight some characters now that I think just did a really phenomenal job. Number one, of course, Angelica Schuyler. I think her voice is just beautiful. She is really a performer, and to a certain extent, she's a rapper too. Aaron Burr. Oh. That man needs an award. The man who played Aaron Burr. I'm sorry, I don't know any of these people's names, and I don't promise to ever know their names. It's just not me. Aaron Burr did a fantastic job. You see sort of like his contempt just growing for Alexander, that then leads to the tragic death of Alexander by Aaron Burr himself. He did a stellar performance. George Washington, the dude who played George Washington. Did you peep his voice? What? Listen. A man that can sing, not sing, sang. Oh, Lord have mercy. Lord have all the mercy. Because that man, he could sing. So he also did quite a fantastic job. And also his stature and his demeanor and how he portrayed George Washington was just stellar performance. And the last person is Lafayette, the guy who played Lafayette, and Thomas Jefferson. I'm thinking it's Thomas. No, it's not Thomas Jefferson. But he also did a fantastic job. I mean, the whole cast did, but I thought I'd highlight, those. And of course, we have to highlight Lynn. I mean, he made the whole thing. At some point in life, you just gotta admit the dude is brilliant. Like, he's just, one of my hopes and my dreams is to, work on a little something with him. Anything, I'll do it, because he is just brilliant. I mean, from Encanto to Moana to Hamilton, like, he's done the things. And he's got quite a nice transition from theater to television or movies. But yeah. Okay, and the last thing I want to talk about is sort of the things that I learned watching Hamilton. I learned quite a lot because I didn't know anything about the American Revolution, and after I watched it, made me go and read up more on, the founding fathers. I mean, the hypocrisy of it all, really. Not them being, not held hostage, but, them being under British control, and them wanting to be free from that, and them being passionate about being free from, the hold that Britain has on them, and then go and start slavery. At this point, I might as well do that video that's trending on TikTok, the butterflies in the sky.
Butterfly in the sky, I can go twice as high. Take a look, it's in a book, a reading rainbow. But
yeah, it was just, that was odd. That was odd for me. But I really enjoyed just learning about the American Revolution, how, you know, the two-party system came about, you know, just how it all started, you know, with the history of America. Another thing I learned on a more like, you know, not a historical level, but like a reality thing is, you know, never to, like, don't give up on your dreams or your ideas, you know. I think personally, like, you know, for the sake of livelihood, you know, I don't think you should quit things to pursue something you're not sure will work out. But, you know, not a lot of people understood how Hamilton would work, and not a lot of people, like, you know, were on board with Hamilton in its early stages. A lot of people were like, what, rap and theater, you know, could never work. But Lin truly believed in, I guess, his vision and what he believed it would be. And look now, I mean, to be fair, the dude had previous successes in theater, so he knew the trade. It wasn't like he just came out of nowhere and made this phenomenon. You know, he got better at what he did. He's been doing it for a long time. So never underestimate sort of like the practice of doing something, and whether it's your own project or other projects, but becoming a master at something so that when you finally release the thing that you've always dreamed about, then it's a masterpiece because you've taken bits and pieces from here and there, you know. And that dreams, they take long. Hamilton, I think it took 10 years to put together, but look at it now, it's absolutely brilliant. So yeah, don't give up. Don't give up on your dreams. Like, don't be dumb about it, but don't give up on your dreams. And also this whole idea of like just leaving a legacy, from the character Hamilton to, you know, Lin and what he's doing now, like just leaving a legacy. Like, who do you want to be remembered for? Not even on a huge platform, amongst your friends, amongst your families. Like, who do you want to be remembered for, and what do you want to be remembered for? And I would hope it's things that have a little bit of depth, a little bit of character, a little bit of standard, you know, a little bit of class. So yeah, those are kind of the things I learned. And if I am to give my rating, first I'll give my recommendation 100%. Go and watch Hamilton. But if I were to rate this out of 10, I would give it a score of 10,258 out of 10. That is my score. Anyway, guys, please let me know in the comments if you've watched Hamilton. What are your thoughts on Hamilton? If you haven't already, please go and watch that. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye.